What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for just a Bet Outside NBA Finals preview and predictions show. That's right, it's going to be a lot of fun. Before we start anything, holy crap, guys, we have a Ryan sighting. What's going on, bud?
Not a whole bunch. Super excited for this finals preview that we got going on, and super excited back on the camera again and the mic, not behind the scenes doing everything behind the scenes like I normally do.
That's right. He's the one that makes all the videos look good. So leave a comment below. Say hi to Ryan. Yeah, say what's up, Ryan. Welcome back to the channel. We gotta love it. Guys, in this video, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk some stats, some different things about both franchises in the finals. We're gonna break down how each team can win the championship and hoist that trophy. And we're gonna give out some best bets along the way. We're just gonna have a ton of fun. This is gonna be awesome. So also, before we start in, be sure to smash that like button like you guys have all been doing. Leave a comment below saying hi to Ryan, giving us your prediction for the series, whatever you want to do. We appreciate it. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. We are ending our first season with NBA on the podcast. It's been a ton of fun. Thank you guys for all the support during this season. We love it. Also, quick reminder, gotta let you know, we are going live for game 2 of the NBA Finals on Sunday. You got to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think the game tips off at like what is it, 8 p.m. Eastern? I think is it
Yeah,
8:30? Yeah.
yep, 8.
So we're probably going to be on like 45 minutes before the game time. We're going to talk the game, and we're going to give out some best bets, and we're going to have a lot of fun. For you OGs, you know what I'm talking about. Whoever wants to stick around for the whole game, we may be a little delayed with the stream, so you can pause your TV or something. But otherwise, it's a lot of fun. We're going to talk basketball and anything in between. We're going to enjoy some basketball together. So that's the deal. Ryan's back. We're talking NBA Finals. Um, we have the number one seed, this Denver Nuggets, against the number 8 seed Heat. It sounds like a first round playoff matchup, but it's not. It is the NBA Finals. That's right. The Nuggets are making their first finals appearance in franchise history, and the Heat, well, they've been here before, especially with Mr. LeBron James. And we'll talk more about the Heat and their history. But before we dive into the matchup before the Heat and Celtics. See, I've been watching so much Heat and Celtics lately. Before we dive into the matchup between the Heat and Nuggets, let's just give some quick thoughts about this Heat Celtics series. That was unbelievable. 3-0 lead, gives it all up, and then they go to Boston and win easily in Boston game 7. What are your thoughts of that series, Ryan?
All right, so there's a whole bunch to unpack in all of this. There's been a whole bunch of
Yes.
people talking about Game 7 and how it's all Jalen Brown's fault and the coach and all this. Hold your horses. The superstar of the team, Jason Tatum, rolls his ankle on the first play. That throws everything off. I know the Heat had injuries and things like that, but that's not how, you have a game plan when you have guys hurt. When a guy gets hurt at the very beginning of the game, that messes everything up. I don't blame Jalen Brown. Yes, he had a terrible game. The coach as well is maybe, not quite equipped for the big stages,
You
but
think?
I don't know. I see that you want to jump in, so jump in real quick. For
So Jalen Brown had 85 turnovers that game. And I'm a
yes,
Jalen Brown guy. I love how he plays. I like it. He had a ton of turnovers. I saw quit in the Celtics. I really did. You know what? With this Heat team, if someone gets hurt, I don't see the Heat just rolling over. When I saw that, I just think the Celtics, as it started getting out of hand, they were just like, holy crap. It was kind of a snowball too. I mean, it just
yep.
got ugly and uglier and ugliest. But let's just talk about the Celtics real quick because that's who the Heat just beat. Celtics have been inconsistent. We know that. I read a stat they're like 36-2 when they shoot 40% or more from 3 point range. They became live or die by the three. They had a rookie head coach. He was out coached by Spolstra, and the Heat out physicaled the Celtics. They were just the more dominant team. I don't know how they're doing it. They were not the more talented team. I will repeat that. They have not been the most talented team in probably every single series that they've won. And that's the crazy part of all this. Anyways, we're not here to talk Celtics, but that was crazy. I do agree with you. Jason Tatum being hurt doesn't help, obviously.
No, and they
So,
were fighting then for most of Game 7, but once it kind of got to the point, then you're right. The quit happened, but I mean, it was a crazy series for all of it. I mean, Heat go up 3-0, and then the Celtics cruise back, and I was nervous for the Heat. Like if the Boston gets Game 6 in Miami, I didn't see any chance that the Heat were gonna win Game 7. Like, I was like, "Oh boy, here we go. They're gonna lose it. Like, don't lose these first few." And they did, and it changed everything with the Tatum injury, I believe.
everybody in the world thought it was over when Boston won Game 6. Boston fans
Yes.
were cheering and dancing in the streets as if they had won the series already, and you just knew that doesn't sit well. What did Jimmy Butler go to the stand singing, right? Like everything's gonna be all right, right? Something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't face him. You really can't. I'm going to talk about it, but my respect for Jimmy Butler is through the roof right now.
He had a couple
But anyways,
bad
enough
games
of that.
though. He
He
did.
did.
He had there were struggles.
But the defense made some good adjustments to him too,
Yes.
and then when they needed him, like the end of game 6, that game 6 they lost at the buzzer, he came through at the end. He
Yeah.
did. Which by came through, I mean he kept drawing fouls because that's what he freaking does. But all right, Heat Nuggets, guys. This is the segment that I love right here. It's the notes and stats of this series coming up. The Heat are the second 8 seed to reach the finals since what year, Ryan? What do you think?
Is it 1956?
Wow, that would be impressive. 84.
Dang.
Me and you were -2. The Nuggets, they are trying to win their first title in franchise history. We know that. There have been 7 instances in the NBA Finals where one team is coming off a sweep and the other team is coming off a grueling 7-game series. And I'm sure you want to know how that went. 4 and 3 for the team that swept. Not really an advantage either way, guys. There might be some other numbers for game 1, but the team that is coming off a sweep has won 4 of 7. Not that big of a deal. Here's the crazy part. As a player, coach, and executive, Pat Riley will be making his 19th finals appearance. 19 of them,
Wow.
guys.
Crazy.
Player, coach, and executive. He's impressive. Spoelstra's impressive. I like this franchise. By the way, that's also going to be 18 more than the Denver Nuggets franchise as a whole in the
Which is
finals.
crazy to think. Like, they had some really good teams back in the day, Dikembe Mutombo, all those,
Oh,
Allen Iverson, Chauncey Billups, Carmelo Anthony, and this Nuggets team, even, before this year, they were good, so they've had some teams.
and did you say Allen Iverson?
I did. I mean, I meant, I don't know. Is Carmelo Anthony led with Allen
Yes, he did.
Iverson as a sidekick,
Um,
but he was there.
Are you talking about the 8 seed Dikembe Mutombo wagging his finger at the Sonics for beating us as the 8 seed? That one hurt. That was when they were a 5-game series, though.
Yes.
Just saying. So give the Sonics some credit. Anyways, those are some news and notes about the series. Now, let's talk about this Miami Heat team real quick. I want to talk basketball. I want to break into the matchup. Um, but I have one more stat.
No
The
way.
Heat were the Heat were outscored by 26 points this regular season. 26 points, right? And now they're in the finals. Only one other team has ever been outscored in the regular season and made the finals. Guess it.
Was it the Heat?
If you get this right, Ryan, I will give you $1,000,000.
I'm going Heat, just out of weird coincidence.
What year?
Oh, what year? Do I go 1956 again? I heard that stat. That's why I'm saying that number. I heard that stat somewhere in one of the shows. I'm going that one. Probably not.
The year's actually close. 1958, 1959 Los Angeles Lakers were the last team to be outscored in the regular season and make the finals. Absolutely insane what we are witnessing right now. Anyways, Miami Heat. I kind of you're gonna know what side I'm on pretty quickly here, but I lost, not lost respect. I gained so much respect. Jimmy Butler, if you didn't see the video, Bam Adebayo handed him the Eastern Conference Finals trophy to hold it. He looked at him, shook his head no, and you can see him mouth it that he's going to hold the next one. That's right. The amount of respect I have for just an answer like that, like he's excited they won the series, but in his mind, it's like we knew we were going to win. We're not done yet. And it's just impressive. Nothing phases Mr. Butler. That is for sure. I call him Mr. Butler now because I feel like I just got to show some respect on it. Anyways, he's on a mission. What do we think about this Miami Heat team?
Oh, I love them. I mean, a lot of undrafted guys have stepped up, played huge roles, been super effective. They've surrounded the Jimmy Butler with guys he needs where he can drive. He's not a great 3-point shooter, so you need 3-point shooters around him. An athletic center. I mean, just it's I don't know how they were so bad in the regular season. They were just inconsistent, didn't look like they wanted to do it, and then they came absolutely alive, and Jimmy Butler came alive in the playoffs. And then the coaching. What can you say? I mean, he makes adjustments. Probably the best coach in the NBA, if not, top 3 easily. Um, so it's such a huge advantage. The zone that's throwing everybody off, not everybody, but I mean, it really threw the Celtics off. Took Tatum, took Brown out of their games all by the team and coaching.
real quick, let me kick. I'm going to get back to you, but on that zone, since you brought it up, in Game 7, the Celtics scored 19 points on 34 possessions versus the zone defense. That's not good. I mean, it
Yeah.
absolutely stymied them. The Celtics scored 0.76 points per possession against the zone, 1.05 points per possession versus man to man in that series. I mean, so I just wanted to point to what the Celtics were not able to do. We'll dive into what the Nuggets can do, but yeah, the zone defense was nice.
Yeah, and the fact, like, they'll go full court press and then drop back into the zone, just all of it. It's just it keeps you guessing as an offense, and then, teams just, like, decide, "Oh, I think this is a decent shot, so I'm just gonna jack up a 3 ball." The Celtics, on so many different possessions, just shot 3 balls way early in a possession. It wasn't like a drive and kick in rhythm or anything. It was a guy standing there going, I think I'm open," and just jack it up because I don't know what I'm doing. It was embarrassing.
It was because the Celtics were relying on just athleticism, but there wasn't enough movement. If you want to beat this zone defense, I'm going to bring in my coaching hat now from high school. If you want to beat the zone defense, you have to attack. You have to move the ball. You cannot stand around. And I thought there was way too much standing around. I saw a few possessions the Celtics did when they were moving the ball. They'd attack the gaps that you have in zones, and then
Mm,
kick out, and then that guy attacks, and he kicks out, and you just get all this movement, and it moves the zone side to side and the Celtics didn't do that. Now the Nuggets can do that, guys. If there's a team that plays more like a team than the Nuggets, I would like to see it because it is impressive to watch. It's fun to watch. They move the ball a lot, and it starts with Jokic. He just literally, and I think Draymond Green said it in a podcast. Playing against the Nuggets is like playing chess every possession. He's just sitting up there finding who he wants to kick, or maybe he just wants to score. It's like he has all these options and he can do either easily. Jamal Murray running off him. Anyways, what I'm trying to say against the zone defense is the Nuggets do have the capability to do better than the Celtics. They have the better head coach to make adjustments. That's what I want to say about the zone defense. But
yeah.
you're right. I mean, the role players have really stepped up. It's crazy. They have what is it? Three undrafted players for the Miami Heat.
I think I heard 4 that actually play
Well,
and get some time. That's just I mean, the media was making a big deal about Austin Reeves and everything he was doing as a, undrafted. Well, frick, the whole most of the freaking Heat are
I
undrafted.
know.
Not most, but you know what I mean.
But that's the Lakers, Ryan. You know how much people like the Lakers, you know.
That's true.
Here's the deal. Caleb Martin, who almost won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Nobody had that bet, so don't even act like you did. Maybe he did during the series, but not at the beginning. I have something to tell you. This is crazy. He is twin brothers with Cody Martin. I remember watching them play, I think it was Nevada in college. Cody Martin got drafted. Caleb Martin did not get drafted. That's the crazy part, right? So Cody Martin went to the Charlotte Hornets. Caleb joined him. The rapper J. Cole. I'm getting crazy here, guys. I've heard of J. Cole. I don't know his music. Don't make fun of me in the
Yeah,
comments,
me
please,
neither.
about it. Yeah, two dads. Can you tell? J. Cole, he's from North Carolina, where they were at Charlotte Hornets, and I guess he was close to them, and he decided to put in a good word to Caron Butler, who was the Heat
Mhm.
scout at that point. You know Caron Butler; everyone remembers him. And Caron Butler then convinced the Heat from that point to give Caleb Martin a workout, and the rest is history. Rapper J. Cole, according to the story I read, had a big part in why Caleb Martin is on the Heat, which could mean the why the Heat hoist the championship trophy if they do win it. Like that's just crazy to me. Anyways, that's all I want to say. He also, by the way, Caleb Martin played over 40 minutes in Game 6 and Game 7 and had two double doubles. He has been playing well. He's been attacking the glass. He's getting a lot more minutes. You can tell Spolstra really trusts him on the court. It's cool to see an undrafted player like that making a huge impact in a big moment like he is. So
And him and
that's
Gabe Vincent aren't just, like, spot up shooters. I mean, the Heat are asking them to create plays and make plays and go get a bucket sometimes where a lot of teams don't do that. It's just the coaching that they've, instilled and the confidence they've instilled in these guys is just incredible.
yeah, I agree. And Duncan Robinson is a shooter though. He's just a guy that catches and shoots. Um, Duncan may not even want to go back on defense. It might be a better idea to just stay on the offensive side and just cherry pick because he's literally useless on the defensive end. I'm just saying.
Okay,
But
hold
anyway,
on. We talked about this earlier, and you knew I was coming here sometime. He tries. He's out there.
hard.
The defenses
So
attack him, and he tries so hard. He's just, sometimes times, and he's been effective once in a while.
Yeah, good for him. We're talking NBA Finals. Okay, the highest of the highest in basketball on planet Earth. Anyways, so that's the Heat. They've won it with role players stepping up. Their zone defense has really stymied some teams. They played more zone than I think almost any team in playoff history since a certain year, obviously. Um, but I'm very impressed. I'm impressed by their scrappiness. Whenever they keep winning, I've kind of doubted them all series or all playoffs because they were so inconsistent during the season. How can you be so terrible during the
Mhm.
season and then just catch on fire? It starts with the role players. It starts with Jimmy Butler going from a star to the man. You know what I mean? Enough with the Himmy Butler. That's dumb. Okay, he's becoming a stud. He's like the best player on planet Earth almost right now. He's not, by the way. He's not even the best player in this series. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. But he draws a crap ton of fouls. He is taking over 9 free throws a game in the playoffs. That is a lot. I think I've seen him have a couple games with 18 free throw shot. That's like, come on, that's ridiculous. He knows how to draw fouls. Sometimes it sucks just watching people attack and draw foul after foul, but it's part of basketball. It's how you win. So I really hope this series is not called really really tight. I would love to see these two teams play because Miami can out physical Denver. That is something they can do. They can out physical a lot of teams and out hustle. But yeah. Anyways, you got anything else to add on this Miami Heat team before we go Nuggets, and then we're going to talk about how each team can win and give our predictions.
Bam better be consistent. I mean, we talked a lot about everybody else. Bam,
Yeah,
he's got a load to freaking go against defensively, and he's got to do something on the offensive end. He sometimes is great, and then sometimes not. So curious to see how that
I
works out.
I agree because Jokic just pretty much owned Anthony Davis. So how is
Mhm.
Bam Adebayo going to all of a sudden stop him, slow him down? I don't think you can stop him. I don't even know if you can slow him down because he's a guy who, okay, you want to only let him score 18 to 20. Okay, then he'll add 15 rebounds and 15 assists if he has to. You know what I mean? He brings so much more to the table. He may be unguardable. He really honestly may be. He may be the most unathletic, unguardable human being on planet Earth. Okay. Anyways, that's the Miami Heat, guys. We're gonna talk a little bit more about them later, but let's go to the Nuggets. The Nuggets. You know what? Some smart guy had a really good prediction about them at the very beginning of the season, and I'm this smart guy's not right all the time. Trust me. But he doesn't want to show you all the things he's wrong about. Let's check out that video real quick from before the season started.
Future bets. I'm going to start.
Go for it.
First bet. I got the Nuggets to win the Western Conference. We just talked about them. If they can stay healthy. If they don't stay healthy, this bet sucks. But
Yeah,
if they can stay healthy and win the Western Conference, I have that at plus 810 right now. I mean, that's huge. You bet
nice.
$100, you win 810 for the Nuggets to win the Western Conference. They got a real shot. So
That's right. I've been on the Denver Nuggets train since the beginning. I just want to point that out. That is a nice winner right there to win the Western Conference Finals, baby. I just had to point that out. Feel free to not go back to that video though, because there were some other predictions that were not so great. Part of it was Zion not playing and all things like that. Also, somehow I look like 5 years younger in that video, and it was only like 6 months ago. I don't know. I don't know if it's the podcasts or the kids, but I don't know how I age so quickly. But anyways, that was a great prediction by me. Denver Nuggets. I got to keep riding them, guys. I really do. They are on 10 days rest. They're going to be on 10 days rest by the time game one starts, which is insane. Let me give you another stat now. Teams coming off of at least a 5-day rest advantage. Following me so far? Into the finals, they are 10-6 straight up and 8-1 at home. So people say they're rusty, they're going to fold. It hasn't really happened that much for the home team off a big rest advantage. But in the playoffs, they are 12-3 so far, 42-7 overall this year at home. I mean, do I need to say anything else? 42-7, guys. 7. That's right. That's like 14% of the time they're losing at home. That's insane. 8-0 in the playoffs at home so far. They just swept a Lakers team that many thought had a chance to beat the Nuggets. Don't even think about backing out of that, too. There's a lot of Laker fans out there, and I have to point it out that a lot of you thought the Lakers were going to take care of business against the Nuggets, and they got freaking swept off the court. Not because the Lakers suck. I'm not saying that. It's because the Nuggets team is for real. It starts with their efficiency, guys. We all know it's all Jokic. He runs the offense. He's can we just call him the point guard?
I mean,
I
you
mean,
might as well.
he doesn't bring it down, but once we get into the half court, he's the guy, right? Um,
Mhm.
this is the most efficient offense through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs in the last 6 years. That's absolutely crazy to me. They don't turn the ball over. Assist to turnover ratio 2.27. That is the second best mark in the last 25 years. They don't turn the ball over. They're extremely efficient. You get why they're so good. Yeah, that's right. By the way, the second best mark in the last 25 years, guess who the other team was, Ryan? Assist to turnover ratio.
Uh, Miami Heat with LeBron James?
Actually, only 4 years ago. Nuggets. 2019 Nuggets. That's
Darn.
right. So yeah, that doesn't mean you win it because they didn't win it in 2019, obviously. But I will say, I just want to point out how efficient they are and how well they take care of the ball, and that's huge. Ask Jalen Brown and the Celtics. Um, they're just fun to watch. But yeah, what do you have to say about the Denver Nuggets? What do you got?
Well, I think in that same video, I predicted that Denver's a hard place to play. So if they can get home court advantage, it would be huge in the playoffs. We were talking like how sometimes playoff or home court advantage isn't a great thing or isn't a huge thing in the NBA's, but in Denver, it's huge. And obviously, you backed it up with the 8-0 in the playoffs and their season record. Uh, Joker is unreal. Just, I mean, what he can do. Some of the shots he was hitting, I didn't see that. There was a step back 3-pointer where the ref thought it was easily a 2-pointer, and then you go back and he literally stepped and then like off balance over his head hit a three. Um, I do.
He hucked it over his head, by the way. It didn't even look like a shot. Like, it was, like, just way over the head and just threw it up. I think somebody called him pretty much like a bigger Luka Doncic, which
Yeah, I've
is
heard
crazy.
bigger Luca. I've heard kind of a bigger Dirk in a way, just or less athletic Dirk, but some of the stuff he does. Uh, but Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., all the guys that they have is really, I think, what's really going to determine this series. Joker's going to get his. It's going to be what it is. They got to figure out the zone and all the different defenses that they're going to bring at him. But is Murray going to go off kind of like he did in the Lakers and Michael Porter Jr.? Same thing. Is he going to be aggressive, shoot threes, and be the sniper that he can be? I mean, the weapons that they have are just unreal. My concern for the Nuggets, though, I do have a concern their defense sometimes is just brutal. I
Oh, I'm
mean,
glad you said that because they have the same defensive rating as the Miami Heat in the playoffs. Now, the Miami Heat did play the Bucks and the Celtics and probably some better teams as opposed to the Timberwolves, and Lakers offense was off and on. But I just want to point that out. They were pretty even on defensive efficiency, but I get what you're saying. Physicality and defensive wise, yeah.
yeah, I mean, they just looked weak sometimes against the Lakers. It was like you're just gonna have to keep scoring. And to your point, the offensive efficiency, they do. Joker once in a while, he's unstoppable and unguardable. But in the fourth quarter against the Lakers, there was a time or a few times where it was like, dude, you got to do something. And Murray was the guy that stepped up and really carried him, even though Joker did everything else, assists, rebounds, all the big things. Didn't always score and attack the basket. So those are some of the things that scare me with the Nuggets. Do you
I,
think they got a good coach and all that? It's just
yeah,
everybody else.
they have a better coach than the Celtics did. Um, the Bucks fired their coach after they lost to the Heat. Do they feel stupid now? I mean, the Heat are in the finals and may win a title. Okay, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I agree with you. The one weakness that the Nuggets do have is they don't have a great rim protector. Say what
Hmm.
you want about Jokic, but he's not the guy that is just there blocking shots. Gobert in his prime, kind of on defense only. I'm not saying Gobert's that great, but they don't have a rim protector. I think Achimura actually even mentioned it after a Lakers game
He
at
did.
halftime. Or, yeah, something like that. The Nuggets do lack that, and the Heat do attack the rim a lot. We'll get into
Hmm.
that here in just a little bit, but that is a worry of mine. But you know what? They haven't had a rim protector all year, and they're 42-7 at home. So they're players. So you got Jimmy Butler and Jokic, right? You can't call them a wash. They're two totally different players, but they got each their superstar. And now we have Caleb Martin, Max Struess, all those guys, Gabe Vincent, or would you rather have like Jamal Murray? KCP. Let me talk about KCP really quick. He is the best defensive guard they have on the team, and he can also hit threes. They got him from the Wizards, I think, for like a nickel. I'm pretty sure it's a nickel. So, Nuggets fans, when you hoist this trophy, if you hoist this trophy, be sure to send a thank you to the Wizards front office for giving you KCP for nothing. And then you got Bruce Brown, who's another solid defender and can knock down some shots. I think he's more of a mid range guy from what I've seen, but I mean, you got guys. You don't need 9 or 10 great guys to win a title. If you have 7, 8 good rotation, that's honestly enough, and they have that. I like how they play as a team. Like I said, I think those guys get, I don't know, don't really get the accolades they should. Guys like KCP and all that, because
Right.
those guys fill in those little gaps or the puzzle pieces to getting you a title. Jokic and Murray are the big ones, and Murray being healthy he's averaging like 28 points a game in the playoffs right now. I mean, guys, he's pretty freaking good, and he's on a mission. So here's what I'll say about the NBA Finals. It's gonna suck to see either of these teams lose, but here's the
Mhm.
positive: either Jokic or Jimmy Butler will finally get a championship. That's pretty cool to see. Either Butler or Jokic, and honestly, I'm more on the Jokic side of, like, being a fan of, but after these playoffs and what I've seen from Butler, I mean, they're both awesome. They're just both fun to watch, fun to see how they handle themselves in all these stressful situations and lead a team and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, Nuggets, efficient, efficient, efficient. That's what they live by. Can the Heat turn them over? We will see. But you got anything else to add about this Nuggets team, roster, role players, anything?
Nah, I think we covered most of it. I feel pretty good about it.
Yep. Okay. There we go. That's the Denver Nuggets, guys. Now it's time. We're going to talk about how each team can win the title and then give you some best bets. I'm going to start because I'm kind of the host and I can do what I want. So here we go. Here we go. The Heat win the title if, in my opinion, the number one thing is these role players have to stay hot from three. If they do not stay hot from three, they are toasty, and I mean toasty in this series. They also have to keep relentlessly attacking the rim. They have to put pressure on Jokic, try to draw some fouls from him, and really just test that interior defense of the Nuggets because, like I said, they don't have a true rim protector that's out there a lot. So to me, it's the role player stepping up from three. We know what Jimmy Butler's going to do, right? That's pointless to talk about. Jimmy Butler is going to be Jimmy Butler. He's going to be a stud. He's going to lead his team. Can he get the help from everybody else? Can Caleb Martin be absolutely unreal again versus the Nuggets in the finals? Can Vincent be solid? Can Max Strus knock down shots? Can Duncan shoot threes and nothing else? That kind of thing. Um, and the last thing, if the Heat win, other than staying hot from three, attacking the rim, they have to find a way to turn the Nuggets over. The Nuggets do not turn the ball over. If you're not going to turn the Nuggets over, it's going to be tough, guys, because they're so efficient on offense, like I said. And the Heat need some easy baskets in transition. They need to get some turnovers. But I know I named a few things, but that's what I got for the Heat to win. What do you think, Ryan? How did the Heat win the title and hoist that trophy?
All right. So I think I know why you wanted to go first because you took all my notes. You stole everything from me.
Oh, probably. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's not
that's totally not fair.
right.
But oh well. So the Jimmy Butler attacking the rim, I think, is going to be huge without the Denver Nuggets having a true rim protector. I think that's going to be a huge part. Now, with that, the coaching, makes adjustment, and the 3-point shooters, just like you were saying, have to be able to knock down 3-pointers. If they go cold, it's done. It's a wrap. That type of thing.
Done.
I think also
Yeah,
another thing, keep confusing the Denver Nuggets offense. I mean, you were saying it. Joker is a chess player, and keep matching, throw different things, different mix-ups, throw different guys at him. Just keep pressuring, get those turnovers like you're saying. And then the other one, I briefly touched on it. Bam Adebayo, if I said his name correctly, I hope I did. He's got to be consistent. He can't have 2 or 3 games where he gets you 9 points, 8 rebounds type of night type of thing. It just if they're going to win, those are the big ones that I think are going to have to be the thing.
agree. He's got to stay out of foul trouble too because they don't have great bigs, in my opinion, behind him that I would trust. But no, that's a good point. You got to, and the Heat could do it. You got to throw man to man. You got to throw zone, maybe different zones, but you cannot let this. If you let this Nuggets offense get comfortable in the half court
Oh,
and get in a rhythm, again, you're done. You're just absolutely freaking done. And the Nuggets are not getting enough respect. I know the Heat are not giving enough respect either, but we're forgetting about the Nuggets, especially since they haven't played in like a month. But I'm going to let you start. The Nuggets win their first NBA championship in franchise history. If what, Ryan?
if the Jamal Murray stays hot, is able to make it so that this zone defense isn't effective at all, whether he's driving and kicking or driving and scoring or hitting threes and doing what they need to do. The offense keeps moving, it stays efficient. And then getting back on defense and stopping the three-point shooter, stopping everybody else, and slowing Jimmy Butler down a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything like keep him under 20 or anything like that, but just slowing them down. I mean, I feel like the Heat have to do more in order to win than the Nuggets, because the Nuggets I feel like are the better team. I don't know if that says
Well,
anything or, but
it's the
yeah,
1 seed versus the 8 seed. You would assume the 8 seed has to be more perfect and has less margin for error, you know?
yes.
Um, so that makes sense. Um, you're missing the key point. Here is how the Nuggets win the title. Are you ready, guys? This is seriously, tell all your friends. This is going to be exactly how they have to win a title. They have to win 4 home games.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
Win
point.
4
They
home
have
games.
home.
That's it.
Yep.
That's all I got to do. They have to win 4 home games. How great is that for analyzation? 42-7 at home, win 4 more, and you win a title. That's as simple as that. Now, if you want to talk actual basketball, they just got to keep playing the way they are. They have to keep taking care of the ball. Don't give the Heat any cheap buckets. And if they take care of the ball, and Jimmy Butler, by the way, I think he has like 10 more steals than anybody else in the playoffs. He has like 35 or something crazy like that. Um, but if the Nuggets can just keep being efficient on offense, don't turn the ball over, they're going to be fine, guys. They've been fine all season. They're the number 1 seed for a reason. They have home court advantage to the playoffs for a reason. They are just efficient. Nobody wants to say it because Jokic doesn't look athletic. They don't have like loads of superstars on a normal finals team, but this team is legit. If they take care of the ball, take care of it at home. That's all they got to do. And I just like when Jokic has the ball and Jamal Murray when he's running off him, a la Steph Curry ish, and he's like,
Mhm.
and he's using Jokic and just making the defense work. Jamal Murray is fun to watch, and those two are fun to see them play together. Two man ball. It's a lot of fun. So Nuggets, if you can't tell where I'm at, I mean they're gonna win, guys. They're just gonna win the title. The Nuggets are gonna win the title. I can't believe I'm saying that, but they are. Oh wait, that's right. I said it at the beginning of the season too. No, I didn't actually. I said
No,
they win the
just the
conference.
Western Conference Finals.
Okay, stop it, whatever. But the Miami Heat, unbelievable. I have so much respect for this franchise, this team. They're hard not to root for, guys. It's just so awesome. So I'm excited to see this series. I hope we have a good series. But Nuggets win the title. You already said it, right? You already still said how they win. But it wasn't as good as my winning 4 home games, right? That's just as simple as it
Right.
can be, right?
Yeah, that but you're onto something there. The home games is huge, especially in
It is.
Denver.
I will say, in Denver, that's the key too, the altitude and everything. But Miami did just win 3 in Boston in that series, so that was pretty impressive. Um, let's talk about our best bets in this, and then let's get out of here. What do you think?
Yeah.
You wanna give me a best? We're not, this isn't some official bet we're keeping track of, but this is a bet we're probably gonna make, and what we liked. It's hard to find some bets. These lines seem sharp on the players. You look at MVP. I mean, if it's Jokic, it's obviously means you're picking the Nuggets, so it's just like picking them. The Jimmy Butler, same. It's one for each team. But what did you find? You find anything creative for best bet?
Yeah, I mean, kinda like the Super Bowl, there's a lot of cool bets out there to definitely look into. The one I'm looking at a little bit more into is Jamal Murray, 10 plus assists in one of the games in the NBA Finals. All he's gotta do is get 10 in one of the games. He hasn't done it in the playoffs yet, but against this Miami defense, I think between him, dissecting the zone or the man or whatever they're doing, he can get 10. With the sharpshooters they have around him, he gets 10, and that's at plus 650. At those odds, to get 10 assists in one of the games, I feel like it's just it's worth taking a shot at.
Yeah, he's had what 8 or 9 before in
Yeah,
this.
he's at against the Suns, I think he had 8 and 9 in games 1 and 2. Obviously, in the regular season, he hit it a couple different times. He had 14, I think, a couple times. So it can be done. It's not something that can never happen. So I'm like,
Mhm.
in 4 games at least, he can get 10 at 650? Yeah, I'm going there.
I mean, especially if the Heat really start focusing on him and changing their defense, that leads to more assists. Maybe
Mhm.
less points, but more assists because you can't focus on one guy. He'll hit, like I said, KCP or somebody else to hit shots. Michael Porter. We haven't talked enough about Michael Porter either. He's
Yeah.
if he shows up to play, it's another huge piece that they have. It's a big piece. But yeah, I like that one. I don't mind it. Um, all right, my best bet: Nuggets to win it minus 5,800. No, I'm just joking. Here we go. It's going to be hard to say this after watching the Heat grind all playoffs, but the Nuggets minus 2.5 games. I saw that at plus 125. That means they have to win this series in 5 games or less. That's right. So Jamal Murray is only going to have 4 or 5 games, according to my bet, to get 10 plus assists. We've talked about all of it. I'm a Nuggets lover. I'm a Nugget lover. That just sounds weird. I'm a Nugget lover. Alrighty. I love me some good old Denver chicken nuggets. I think they're gonna roll. I really do. And maybe I'm wrong again about the Heat because Spoelstra is a hell of a coach, but they are not going against a rookie coach. Malone is a great coach for Denver. He's been a great coach for a long time. I think they're ready, and I know we say Jimmy Butler's on a mission. Jokic is on a mission too, guys. If you haven't seen him talk after games and everything, he is on a mission. Jamal Murray's on a mission, and this Nuggets team, if you saw how they handled the disrespect against the Lakers franchise, they kept winning, and everyone wanted to talk about the Lakers. You heard it afterwards. This
Mhm.
team is on a mission, and they're going to win the trophy, and I think they're going to win it in 4 or 5 games. If they want to go 7, that'll be more entertaining. That's fine to me. But for this bet, I like the Nuggets minus 2.5 games. Also, I mean MVP guys, like I already said, it's Jokic or Butler, right? But what about Jamal Murray plus 1400? What if he gets absolutely hot like he's been doing? What if he averages 30 points a game and the Heat find a way to just slow down Jokic a little bit and the Nuggets win the series? Possible
Yeah,
plus
no.
1400. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't put it on Jokic to win MVP. The odds are just brutal.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Butler, really. So, yeah, I like Jamal Murray for a little MVP. That's not really a best bet. It was just something I was just looking at and thinking about. But I like the Nuggets minus 2.5 games. If you go Nuggets minus 1.5 games, the the odds were at like minus 130 at one point, but now it's like minus 160 or something. That just sucks. Let's be honest. That just sucks. So we're gonna go 2.5. They're gonna win the first 2 at home, one of the 2 games in Miami, and then win game 5, 4 games to 1. That's what I think. But you know what? Miami Heat, I've doubted them before. Actually, I've doubted them every series, and here they are in the NBA Finals.
So,
So that is what it is.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, they went against the Bucks. Everybody thought easily the Bucks would win. Giannis getting hurt changed it completely, but the Heat were able to win. They had to make some comebacks. They won. Then they faced the Knicks, whatever. And then they faced the Celtics. Once again, the way better team in the Celtics, and they almost swept them. So, to go against you, I want to make a bet
Almost
between
swept
me
them.
and you.
They won 7 games.
It went
Don't
7, but it
even.
was 3-0 at one point in time. Like it was
Oh,
there.
good. Yeah, I could
So,
jump higher at one point in time too. Who cares? Listen up. Listen, here's the deal. I'm not giving any disrespect, but Miami Heat have earned this. But they have just played, like you said, the Bucks where Giannis got hurt. They beat the Knicks. Fine, that's a good win, but we all know the Knicks aren't on the level of these teams. But they just beat the Celtics. The Celtics all season have had these times in the year where it's just like, what are you doing? When they are on fire from 3 point range, like I mentioned, and they're really on rhythm, they're probably the best team in the league. But they can also play like crap. They can turn the ball over a lot. They can rely on 2 superstars and not play team ball. Um, they've had these peaks and valleys. You do not get these peaks and valleys with the Nuggets. You just don't. They're just freaking good. And there might be a game where the Nuggets don't look good. I'm not saying they're going to look flawless for every quarter of the finals. The Miami will find a way to figure it out. But I just think their coach is on a mission. He's good enough. He knows this team better than anybody else. He's been with them for a while, and you got the 2-time MVP, Mr. Jokic. I just think the Nuggets take it home. But I'm guessing you don't agree with me.
okay. So, before when we did the playoff thing, I wanted so bad to go Knicks against your Cavs, and I was going to do the pie in the face and everything. And then while we were on the video, I talked myself on the left off the ledge. Not doing it this time. Me and you, pie in the face. I'm going Heat, and you got the Nuggets.
Just straight up,
Sh-
like you're not asking for a game and a half. Like
Nope. Mm-mm.
I'm getting like the Nuggets at minus 400. You're getting the Heat at plus a million.
Yep.
Okay, easily.
That's where it was with the Cavs. And like I said, I walked myself off the cliff and said, no, I'm jumping on the bandwagon with the Cavs. And the Knicks won. I'm not doing that here. Everybody's doubted the Heat the entire time. They don't doubt themselves. They win. And or maybe somebody else gets to pie in the face because sometimes we live too far away or whatnot. But yeah, let's do a pie in the face. We've missed it a few
Deal. Oh
times.
my
Someone's
gosh,
getting
it's
it.
yeah. I'll take the Nuggets all day long. That's a deal. So loser gets a nice pie in the face on camera. Oh man, I can't wait. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be really good. So you think the Miami Heat are more talented than the Nuggets?
No,
That's
no.
okay. They
The
play as team better? No, no, just answer my questions. They play as a team better than the Nuggets?
no.
Their head coach is light years ahead of the other head coach?
why do you have to say light years? But no,
Because Malone is being under appreciated as well. Just
I
so we
said
know.
I said no.
Okay, so and Jokic is probably the best player on the court at all times.
Yes.
Okay. Role players, who do you like better, Nuggets or Heat?
We can do this all day. I was listening to JJ Redick. He said that the Miami Heat make good teams look bad for whatever reason. That's what they got to do again.
Okay. All I know is if they ever revert back to their regular season Heat, they're going to get blown out of the water in 4 games because, like I said, they got outscored. We all bet on Heat players and Heat games. I have no idea what they were doing during the regular season. This team barely made the playoffs. They were down in the fourth quarter in a play-in game. I mean, and now they're in the finals. It's an unbelievable story. Let's make a movie about it. I love sports movies, as you guys all know. Let's make a movie about it. I love it.
Yep.
Nuggets win. Ryan, pie in the face. That is the
No.
conclusion of the NBA Finals preview. I am excited for this series. Again, we are going to go live in Game 2. You guys got to join. It's going to be YouTube Live. We'll be there 45 minutes to an hour before. Come check it out. Ask any questions you want. If you just want to talk to us, learn about us, that's fine too. But we're going to talk some basketball, talk some bets, and we're going to have some fun. Ryan, nice to have you on. Welcome back to the video world, baby. How was that?
It's been fun. It's a blast. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good to talk sports and not just bets, 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 bets all the time. I'm here to
Or
talk sports. So
or sit back with the editing and moving things around the entire time. Yeah, that gets tedious and boring.
yeah,
But I enjoy it.
definitely. Absolutely. Our first NBA season is coming to a conclusion. We may do some. We're going to give out best bets in every game. Obviously, that's just what we do. We have to do that. So stay tuned for that. The finals start on Thursday. Thank you guys for the support. Leave a comment. Say hi to Ryan. Let us know your prediction. Tell Ryan how correct I was during this video. Like always, how the Nuggets are going to win. He's getting a pie in his face. All that kind of stuff. Say whatever you want. Appreciate the support, though, guys. Couldn't do this without you. We had a lot less subscribers at the beginning of the NBA season, that's for sure. I mean, Jesus, the NBA season started like 4 years ago, it seemed like. Now we're going into June. Aren't
Yeah.
players getting ready for the season again already? Jeez. That's crazy. But it's been a lot of fun. We started, I think, just on TikTok, right? NBA videos and bets with the
We did
NBA.
a
I think
preview, but bets, yes, was TikTok only.
Yep, and then we started second half of the year on YouTube. Yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate all the support. We will be back with other MLB and all that kind of stuff. But thank you guys. We'll talk to you later.